boogie all around, we gon' put them all to rest. Go down, 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 pin it to your chest. Rolling bout town, don't forget that we the best. No love, no love. Which way? That way. 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 Don't forget that we ain't giving no love. Hold up, we'll go to one spot. Roll up and find me at the top. Slow down, this bang about to drop. Time for take off, and you know that I won't stop. It's my season, we about to pop. Hard as a rock, blowing up like TikTok. Stop the chit chat. No, I ain't no pleaser, this a teaser. You can follow me on Insta. Which way? That way. 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 That way. Which way? That way. Which way? That way. Don't forget that we ain't giving no. Catching flights, not feelings, not feelings. Friday nights, we chillin', we chillin'. Gucci bag, we flexin', we flexin'. Outfit on trip, yes we keep it real. No love. If we ain't getting love, we ain't giving no love. Ooh, if we ain't giving love, we ain't giving no love. Tuko tops nambogi, no love. Kama wendi nasi basi weni mtiaji. Which way? That way. 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 That way. Which way? That way. Which way? That way. Don't forget that we ain't giving no love. Be the best, put it to the test. Boogie all around, we gon' put them all to rest. Go down, 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 pin it to your chest. Rolling bout town, don't forget that we the best. No love, no love.
It's that time of the week where the hottest Kenyan millennials jazz up your afternoon with their refreshing live talk show. You are now tuned in to the 254 Millennial Talk.
It's not even my birthday.
Okay. Ay. Damn. This guy should have been there. I don't know what this guy is doing here. I don't know what he is doing here. Let's tune it down a little bit. Okay, that should be fine now. Woo. Okay. It's Bloody Actor here, guys, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Millennial Talk. Hopefully you've had a lovely week. The weather, of course, always confused as always. It's rain, it's cold, it's sunny. Mara, it's tomorrow, you'll wake up, it's too cold again. Like, so annoying. But yeah, as you can see, I'm joined with my my co-host here, Mr. Slutty. Wait. Why isn't... Oh. Okay, I know what's up. Give me a sec. Some few things I need to change. Output device needs to be chat apps. Okay, boost speak again.
Hello.
Okay, you're back. All right. So yeah, as you can see, I'm joined with my usual course, Mr. Slatman. And what happened to my mic? My input seems to be so low. Do I have a compressor on this thing? Open plugin page. Let me increase that threshold a little bit. Okay. But yeah, I'm stalling. Yeah, remember the show goes live every Saturday, so if you want to be a part of the show, make sure you join my Discord so that you can be notified whenever we go live, and also make sure you subscribe on the YouTube channel, the 254 Millennial Talk YouTube, so that you can get notified as well when we are live, because some of you ask me when do you go live, or maybe miss the show. But the Discord sana is where you should be able to find if I'm live or not. But yeah, we also remember the show also goes up on the podcast platforms, that is Spotify, and the rest, Apple Music, Deezer, and the rest. So yeah, today we are to talk about AMD and the new Ryzen. It's the Ryzen what? Ryzen. What? Which generation are we talking about? AMD. I know the other ones were Ryzen 9. Let's see. Is it Ryzen 9? Let's look. Looking at the website here. News. The new Ryzen 7000 series. I don't know if it's Ryzen 9, 7, or 5, or... Is it Ryzen 9? Sati?
Actually, Ryzen 3. Is it?
Really?
No, is it?
I don't think so. Ryzen 3? There's no way
Ryzen
it's
7.
Ryzen. I don't...
Ryzen 7.
Ryzen
No,
7
but...
is the 3D ones. Or what?
No.
Look, AMD Ryzen 7 5800X.
No, yeah, the designation is the rank. The number after Ryzen is the rank. So the generation, I think, is generation 3.
It's Ryzen 9. Actually. It's the new Ryzen 9 processors that are coming out. So...
No, isn't the Ryzen 9 the...
No, it's AMD Ryzen 9 7 something series. So we are on AMD Ryzen 9. You're asking which generation are we in? I think we're in the 4th one. Or 5th one. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's right. No, Ryzen 9 59. There's a Ryzen 9 5900X. There's also a Ryzen 9 3900X. There's a Ryzen 9. There's an 1800X. I think. What is the 1800X? No, there's not the right. The 9 doesn't mean the generation, because there is a Ryzen 5 7600X. Wait, am I saying this right? Yes. 7600. Yes, yeah, it is. I think that number just means the entry level. I think 5 is the mid-range. 7
is
high
the
performance.
Mid high performance, and then the other one is the highest end.
Yeah, enthusiast
build. So those are the 12 cores, 16 cores.
Oh my god. Dude, I looked this up, and when you look up Ryzen 5 7600X, there's an HP Omen 30 liter gaming desktop, i7 10700K 1TB SSD, 32GB NVIDIA RTX 3090 being sold by TechBuys for 379 Kenyan shillings. 379,000 Kenyan shillings. Oh my goodness.
Those are our local vendors.
Yeah. But it's an HP Omen. Oh, dude, I bet even the image. Bloody, check out the image. I'm going to send you the link. Also, check out the image they have. It's actually so incorrect. The image is wrong. Oh, dude, this is actually a scam. This might as well be a scam. Yeah, this is a scam. That's a scam. That's not the picture. That's not, because inside there is a
You mean this
GTX
one?
card.
This one on the website. This one. Let me pull
Yeah,
it up.
when I looked up Ryzen 5 7600X, I found that as part of the ads. Yeah, ads shop Ryzen. Yeah, it's part of the ads. But even the image there is not correct. That's not like the correct PC for that type of setup. I don't know why someone would post it and claim it to be the product. It is clearly not.
Okay. But anyway, the new AMD processors. Have you seen the benchmarks? The benchmarks for the new
Not
ones?
really. Not really, but I've seen the the setup numbers, like power TDP, the frequencies. I haven't really focused on the numbers because I've realized whenever the manufacturer gives out, what are they called, benchmarks, usually they are like there's a 10% margin in the real world application whenever like reviewers get their hands on it and so on. So I'm waiting for real reviews. But I've seen the 120 TDP. Is it 105 for the Ryzen 5? 120 up to a total board of 220 watts, which means these things are going to be gobbling up your power. Also, like the frequencies are insane, 4.5, and then some even turboing up to 5.2 gigahertz. Dude, you can imagine. That's insane. That's insane. The pricing has also, received a bump up by $50 for each field. But I think the CPUs are solid.
Yeah, but so the lowest end CPU is going toe to toe with the Intel, the 12 core Intel. What's its name? I saw the on the chart. Let me look at that. This is why you cannot use. Sometimes you cannot use other search engines. It just give you some weird results. Benchmarks. I saw them. They're beating the highest end Intel one, and I was like, holy shit! Like that's embarrassing for Intel. Like even the lowest tier AMD, the 7600X, is going toe to toe with your highest end CPU, the one you have to offer, which is the. Let me look. Was it what? Alder Lake. It's the Alder Lake, right? Alder Lake.
That's it. Yeah.
Let's see. Which one was the 12? The 12 what? 1 or something K. Yeah, like the highest Q1. I'm trying to find its name. I think it's the 12900K. So the 7600K is like almost going toe to toe with it, which is kind of, if you think about it, kind of an embarrassment for Intel, man. Like, how does your competitor benchmark their entry level CPU and it's against your flagship, which shows that Intel has really fallen off the wagon kabisa. Like these guys,
in terms of being competitive.
Yeah, these guys are just holy crap. It's
We finally
insane.
got there. We've got there where Intel is fumbling the bag.
Like AMD is back on top. Who would have ever thought this was? It's crazy.
It took so many years of planning, development, risking. A new generation is not something everyone does. Yeah.
That's insane, man. Jesus. The pricing is also very good. The lowest one is $300. The 7600.
The lowest.
Yeah, $300.
Yeah. I don't think that's the best pricing because, dude, that is pretty expensive. For the performance, the funny thing, Brian.
I mean, for an entry.
for an entry level, I don't think that's the best. Usually, entry level you want 200 and 250 because that's usually where the mid range, which the mid range should be between 200 and 250, and maybe discounts less. Discounts get in when, of course, you get into the generation. But I think a big reason of why AMD has priced their CPUs like that is because they are releasing soon, and I don't think the competition will release anything in times for them not to, of course, reap the rewards of those high prices. So I'm sure Intel will counter how and the amount of power required to counter. Then AMD will have to bring down their prices because currently we
Actually,
are entering that place.
no, wait, let me correct the pricing. The pricing is, for the Ryzen 9 5950X, $700, Ryzen 9 7900X, 600, Ryzen 7 7800X, 400, Ryzen 7 7700, 300, and the lowest one is 200. Ryzen 5 7600 should be $200.
Not $200, $299.
299. See, I'm looking
Yeah.
here at Google.
Where?
Right now.
Share. Wait, really?
Yes. I am looking at Google. Let me send you the link.
No way, man. That is the 7600.
Yeah.
Oh, the X or non-X?
The X. Oh no, the non-X. Wait, what? I'm confused.
No.
Ngoja.
Ryzen 5. No, these prices are incorrect. When was this? September? Really? This does not seem accurate, bro.
What? It's too good to be true?
No, those actually not the prices. I shit you not. That is not the price. That is not the price.
You can just look up.
The price is, I'm pretty sure, the cheapest one. Even I saw in their presentation. Wait, really? The cheapest one was $300 at $299.
Let's see. I'm looking it up right now. Oh, 200. It might. What if it's like 200?
What if it's 200?
But you know what?
Is it?
I think the beautiful thing about this is how cheap the other ones will become, especially like like a what? Like a 5800X that is 8 core 16 thread, pretty relatively not old. Still a very great CPU. So you can only imagine what price, what like these new CPUs will do to them in terms of pricing.
Yeah.
Webcam has gone off. Don't know why. Okay, it's back. But me, I'm just waiting, man. They should start selling them so that I can buy an 8 core, man. Holy crap.
Oh, okay.
Or a 12 core.
There's always an issue with buying a CPU. Whenever you're spending money, I would advise you to always buy the latest one.
Why?
Especially because, number one, this is like a platform shift. Of course, the entry will be expensive, but you'll have upgradability in future. Of course, it will do the work that you want, but if you are thinking of maybe after this generation, Intel says will support the next generation of the same motherboards. So maybe you might want to hop on that. It's always best to buy the newest. That's always the advice. Buy the newest mid-range. As attractive as it is to get a used generation, and especially
a 5900X.
This is actually to you, because I know you use a DDR3 system. You can imagine the cost of you'd still have to shift platform if you upgrade. No matter what you do, you have to get new RAM, new motherboard. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe a new cooler. Yeah, you might, but they come with coolers. Wait, are the new ones coming with coolers? I don't think they are.
I don't think so. No.
Oh, dude.
The coolers ended
AMD,
on the 3000 ones.
Damn, man. AMD right now is riding that Intel shit, man.
Wait, but so what? Okay. Because if I switch, the other option might be switching to an Intel, because an Intel is DDR5.
Oh, okay. Let me maybe answer that in an easy way. Over time, eventually you find that the mid-range usually outperforms the previous generation high-end CPUs. Like at the moment, if you buy an i3 can beat an i7 from the 7th generation, from the 8th generation, and so on. Like it's that good, man. Like it's that good. And also, the improvements are not really towards speed as much as AMD, of course, is bringing out the speed features. It's also the issue of technology supported. I'll give you a good example. An i5 2500 from the 2nd generation of Intel cannot play Apex Legends the same as an i3 from the 7th generation because of the, what are they called, instruction sets. Forget the actual instruction set, but yes, there's that. So you always want to get the newest. It doesn't matter, like check the specs, but get the newest mid range. That is always the best advice
Wait, are you
in
saying I buy
terms of
an
S.
Intel i5 16?
Am I?
Oh,
I'm saying the best thing for someone like you is to wait.
is to
Just
wait it
wait.
out.
I mean,
Wait everything out.
yeah, for CPU. No, wait for new CPUs to be released by Intel. So number one, there will be competition. That means we might see price reductions. That is the best thing. And also, maybe we don't know the BIOS support or the level of stability that the new particular, in this particular case, AMD, because AMD has a history of terrible BIOS support for their platforms. You remember when Ryzen came out, how they did the DDR3 support was so trash. You had to buy like specific sticks so that it would work very well. So the best thing in this particular case is to wait for Intel to release their CPUs. And you can imagine, we buy CPUs so rare. There's really no harm in waiting it out. We buy
So
CPUs
what?
once in 5 years.
We spend the money on what? GPU?
No. I'm saying we buy CPUs so rarely.
Real.
Like your one CPU, you might use it. If you are really good with your CPU, you can do around 7 years, 5 years, and you'll get such good life out of it. So it's like
I think
no
mine
need to
is
rush.
heading there.
Yeah. Also me, I'm actually on that boat. But for someone like you, especially coming from DDR3, there's no need to spend money to hop onto DDR4. And then the same thing maybe to hop on later to DDR5. Might as well maybe save a bit more, look for a bit more cash and just directly get into DDR5. I think the benefits would be like day and night. You'll have you'll have better time, you'll be on the latest tech, and everything will be, like you'll enjoy such good support, especially in future hardware. That's whereby you get into a place whereby you see like the minimum specs for to play a certain game don't even have to do with the number of cores that you have. They have to do with stuff like the technology that the CPU supports, maybe the type of RAM, and other things such as smart access memory. What are they calling it? The AMD and AMD CPU and GPU crosstalk or faster talk, high bandwidth something
It's
that
near
allows games
smart
maybe to
access
play a
memory.
bit better.
I
Yeah,
saw these
yes,
games.
some.
There was like a benchmark I was watching, and I saw that because of that there was like I don't remember which benchmark exactly, but it was comparing a couple of cards. But I remember there was a game. I think it's Forza. I'm not sure if it's Forza, but wow, dude,
The
the smart
improvements.
access memory was like insane.
Ah,
Like the
yeah, man. Yeah.
performance gain, like it shows if a game developer is willing to integrate and use that technology properly.
Yeah.
Wow. It can be a night and day
And
difference.
you can imagine that's like only one thing. The other things, of course, like you get better USB compatibility, even you get the latest standards if there are any to be gained. You can actually get a motherboard with better Type C support. You can even get a motherboard with PCI. I think is it 5? I think it's
What?
something ridiculous. But the PCI Express, is it 5 currently? There's a new one, 5 or 4.
I think 5. 5 is the one that
Yeah,
they've not
yeah.
managed to flood fully.
Yeah, you can get that and also maybe get a better NVMe, which is a bit faster than you get on previous boards. Especially if you are switching platforms, you always want to hop onto the latest platform. So yeah, that would be like, but it's going to be so good. Can you imagine the market if such competition is always there? Especially on the GPU side, oh my god. Like currently the prices we are seeing on GPUs. Holy shit. Actually, you had that video whereby the Nvidia did a conference, what are they called? An investor call of a video call, or is it telephone or something? So they were talking about how they intend to, number one, strangle supply. That means they want all the current GPUs in the current supply chains to be sold out such that they can create a sort of artificial scarcity so that they can drive up prices like they were before. They really loved it. They made so much money. They want to keep the prices that high. They want you to pay $1,000 for 3070. They want you to spend all that cash for, a GPU really, which price per dollar is not, the performance is not there. That's what they want. They intend to do it. They have it planned. So I actually shared a video on my channel, not on my channel, on Skidix. And go take a look. So yeah,
That's
sometimes if
assuming.
there's no competition,
And this is
if the
assuming
competition,
AMD does not come out with because there was mentions here and there of the new GPUs. That's assuming like, because if AMD were to release like the GPUs and they outperform these RTX lines, I think most people would switch. Like
yeah, most
people
most
will,
people would. But that's like AMD is now at a place whereby their CPUs are super hot. They are doing so well. The performance is there. They are getting high praises. They are gaining market share, and even better, they've released a new product while the competitor hasn't released anything apart from rumors from theirs. So yeah, you have that. I don't know if you heard, but Intel is actually killing the Arc line of GPUs. So
seriously.
might not get. Yeah. I had something like that from Moslow. Is dead. Actually watched it this morning.
They might kill it. Why are
So
they why are they killing
yeah.
it? See, they just try and
Oh,
continue trying.
that's okay.
I
So
mean,
things are very, very complicated when it comes to making anything. So apparently, I think the way they were thinking about this is, number one, they underestimated how long it would take to produce, especially on the driver side, because Nvidia, AMD, I mean, Nvidia right now has like a whole division just to deal with drivers. That's why every time there's a new game, you get a driver update. They are so good at it. They've done it for years and years. They know what they are doing. AMD the same, and even at the moment, AMD are struggling, to get like their foot in and provide good driver support. So where Intel is failing, they are failing actually in supporting their drivers. People who have tested their cars have said the driver support is so trashy. They're having a hard time testing games on it. They're having a hard time running it, you know. And of course, if the driver support is bad, you end up buying a product which you really can't make use of. And the funny thing is, people think people buy, or the majority of people buy the high-end GPUs. You and I don't buy 3080s, bro. What
yeah, I
what do we
was
go
looking
for?
at
What's like?
3070 because
Yeah, you see.
because
Yes,
okay,
yes.
the thing is, if I was to buy a high end, I'd rather buy the 3090, and I know at least I might stay with that one for a long ass time because that one can
Yeah,
future
yeah, yeah.
proof you for some time. But
But yeah,
now
that's the funny. Yeah, people don't
the
buy those. Most people
mhm.
just want to play maybe League of Legends at 1080p. These popular games at very good performance like Apex, and such GPUs to give you that performance are not that expensive. So the proposition Intel has at the moment is they can give you mid-range performance GPUs for less. But this is the catch. This is the big ass catch. You will not be able to play like DirectX 9 titles very well, which
So
are majority of
basically
the titles.
older games
Hmm?
basically will be a problem
not
when you
not really older games, even like, so it means like a person like you won't be able to go back and play like old horror games. Even some popular games still use DirectX 9, so
mhm.
you lose some on that, you lose out on that support. So you can imagine buying a thing that is only good for one video game. I mean, what the fuck. I mean, sorry. Yeah, you get what I mean, because nowadays you buy a GPU, slap any game on it, game away. You don't even think about it. You don't even have to go to a forum to figure out how maybe to optimize it. It just runs and it works so wonderfully. That's a
Yeah.
big reason of.
Mhm.
So Intel underestimated that, and they also underestimated how the market is at the moment. How the market is at the moment is, if I have $200 to spend on a GPU, am I going to look for a used GPU that's maybe I can snag a 3060, a 3060 Ti, if I'm lucky enough, or 3070, which we will get there as new GPUs come to that pricing, or am I going to stake that money and risk it on a fucking Intel GPU, which I've had reviews about, and the driver support is shitty. So the market is pushing them. Competition is getting better. They are underestimated. They under delivered. The timelines really don't add up.
Or
Intel
maybe
is saying,
they or maybe they even jumped in at the wrong time. I mean, they jumped in at the
yeah, man.
shortage.
Yeah, maybe
Amidst the
also
shortage.
that's a good question. But when is it really the best time to get into something? I mean, they
I
couldn't have
mean,
foreseen this. No one could
there
have.
is the power in timing.
There
But
isn't.
people, no, there is. I mean,
There is, but timing is luck, bro. Timing is really luck. No one foresaw COVID, bro. really no one foresaw it.
Because maybe now their
It's-
timing is they just chose this timing, but unfortunately for them, COVID decided
Yeah,
to
things.
ring up.
Yeah, man, things are not working
Oh.
out. And
Mm.
I've heard from multiple YouTube channels saying that there's a huge flood of used GPUs coming to the market.
Yeah,
So number one,
especially in
Nvidia.
China right now. I think that
Mm.
might be because there's a video I think I posted on Whiskey Dicks some time back. It may be because there's a housing crisis in China. There's like some economic turmoil going on in the country right now, so people are not really buying electronics as much. So and also the crackdown on crypto in that country has been stiff as well. And also Ethereum and all this, like people have started realizing that mining cryptocurrencies is very power hungry. So as you can see, there is more push by more governments to limit stuff like things on mining. So the GPUs that a lot of miners were hoarding all of a sudden now are available. So that's why you see.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it's also the same case with AMD processors. I saw that there are so many that some people are having to list them. Some people are having to list them on on eBay as used, but they are new. It's just because like
Oh
there's so much of
damn.
them, but that they have to like say they are used so that they can actually try and move them, right? So I think for the
Justice is
GPU,
served.
it's also coming. It's also coming. And but then right now, okay, I was saying I think there was a point that almost disappeared in my head. But I was saying if you're like buying a GPU, I mean, like you've said, most people are playing games. For me, the reason as to why I'll buy a 3090 is because of the 24 gigabytes GDDR whatever memory. Reason being, there's a time when I was making my short film, I tried rendering with my GPU at first, and I remember it stopping in the middle and saying that you've run out of memory. So, and especially if you're editing a lot of 4K footage, the editor tends to cache a lot of footage on the GPU memory. So, unless you're not doing any kind, and that's why you usually see the Quadro cards from Nvidia are usually the ones with the highest insane memory. So, me, that's why I would buy a 3090 because for work,
24 gig.
yeah, and also even I mean, can a 3070 bit wait, was there a Titan for the 20 series?
For
For the 20
no,
series?
there was dude, there was it was called the Titan X.
Can a 3070 beat a Titan whatever? Because it's usually hard to beat those Titans because of the memory. They have so much memory, like for you to actually come close to beating them, it's
It was called RTX Titan. It was just that. Dude, you know how much it's retailing for now?
retailing for.
2,199 USD. Oh my goodness, why would I buy this? Why on earth would I buy this?
But see, they were limited. If you see that, maybe they were limited.
Yeah.
They're not around. But yeah, also like future proofing, and also if I have a card like a 3090, I know I'm going to play every fucking game. I'm going to
Can I ask you?
stream games and like.
I wanted to ask, is there a reason you don't use AMD cards in particular?
Yes, there is a
okay.
specific codex, especially streaming with an AMD
makes
card
sense.
is crap. You can't stream with an
Make-
AMD card. You have to
Makes
just
sense.
stream.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude, right now, a 6800 XT is going for 639. That
If
is
you're
like
only gaming,
half the price.
if you're only gaming, just buy
Yeah.
an AMD card by the way right now. If that's the best
Dude.
value. But
There's
if
a
your productivity
6900
6900X.
at 799. Yeah, at 799. Oh my god. What I will do when I get money.
Yeah, if you have money, if you're only gaming and you see that that's the best value right now, just buy an AMD card. But if you're really productivity, cause trust me, rendering, streaming, if you're doing any of those two things or 3D animation or video editing, just do not even think of AMD. Just choose Nvidia. You will have a way easier time. So hopefully AMD, but the AMD need to like find their footing in these markets because it's kind of annoying that I have to always choose Intel. No, I mean not Intel but Nvidia. Like they need to like work with Autodesk, Blender, Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve. Why not work with these companies, make codecs specifically that work on your cards for more people to buy your cards? Because your cards have better memory, a lot of memory. And some of us are struggling with this 8 GB memory. I don't think that's enough to edit 8K footage. I think that can, if you're like editing out of 8K footage, I think that will crash your timeline or your system. So, yeah. But hopefully, now that AMD are on top, they can bring whatever the juices they've been cooking up. They can also bring this to the GPU the GPU market, because Intel has also been, not Intel, but NVIDIA has also been riding the wave of, success for a long time. And I feel like it's time for them to be challenged and actually, make their cards reasonably priced, offer better memory on these GPUs, than these schemes they're trying. I don't know, CGI trying to cause artificial scarcity. That's bullshit, man. Why are you trying to cause that? Like, damn, that's not funny. It's not cool. It's not cool. It's really, really not cool. It's just inconveniencing a lot of us. So I don't know, but do you think Intel will be able to catch up? Because they only recently started switching. They switched to 7 nanometer. I mean, they're planning to switch to. Or
I
they
think
are.
the performance,
Mm.
I don't know about catching up, but I think the performance will be there. I wouldn't worry about it. I think whatever Intel releases will compete. Prices might come down. We might get to enjoy a bit more in terms of getting value for our money. Yeah, I think they will compete. I don't think there is any reason to release something that doesn't compete unless you price it crazy low. And there's actually literally zero reason for you. I mean, why, Brian, would you be Intel and give the go ahead to release a product which is subpar to the competition? What are you doing? It's the same problem Intel is having with their ARC GPUs. I don't think that anyone at Intel would okay that. I think they will compete. They will do fairly well. Intel has a crazy popularity when it comes to driver support, BIOS stability, and such. I
Stability
think the only
sana
thing,
me. That's why I fear AMD CPUs. I'm usually like, I
yeah.
don't like, the thing is, I don't like tinkering with the BIOS. I don't like tinkering with those technical things, because the way I see some of you guys complain, oh, my gamers are crashing, Windows is blue screen. I don't like those things. I just want, the minute I just put that CPU on, it's going to work as efficiently as it's supposed to be, So I think that's why I like Intel. It's not like being a fanboy. It's just that I found them to be more reliable. Because I remember there was a friend of mine who had an AMD, an 8-core, imagine, an 8-core. Back then, these FX processors. And
Well,
I
I
remember he
remember.
used to
Do you know?
have stability issues with his system, man. Like
Yeah,
you will
yeah.
just install a specific thing, unapata the app now may crash, or maybe Windows has just begun misbehaving. Sometimes even the RAM is not being registered, So there were funny issues like those that I was like, hey, let me just stick with my 4-core Kwanzaa, because hey, I need a reliable system. You were saying something?
Do you know the funny thing is that actually AMD got sued for those CPUs
The FX
because they
series.
falsely advertised them.
And it was that bad.
Yeah, they got sued. It wasn't really an 8-core. It was like a 4-core with some other funny cores and stuff. I remember at that time is when Intel were hammering us with 4 cores for everything. Oh, you want a 4-core up to the 7th fucking generation? That's the best they had. An i7 with hyper-threading, an i5 with 4 cores, an i3 with 2 cores, and so on. Man, it was terrible because the competition wasn't there. So when the competition is not there, big companies tend to do what they want. I think AMD, with the pricing they have at the moment, is part of that. If they stick with the pricing, then they are very, very confident about what do you call it? They are very confident about the product. But do you know? Funny enough, performance really is not everything. It doesn't really work that way. It's like a two-edged sword. You have to have the performance, number one, and also your marketing team has to be on top of shit. That means you gotta sponsor videos, you gotta put out billboards, you gotta advertise your CPUs.
Intel
Like you
do a
gotta
good job
beat
at
people.
that, by the way.
Yeah, exactly,
They have
bro. Exactly. You
very
go
good
to a
marketing.
streamer.
I've
Yeah, you
seen
go to a streamer, it tells you the stream is sponsored by Intel. Intel is sponsoring a build. I mean, what the fuck are you going to buy?
Linus
You're going to buy
Kwanza.
a fucking Intel CPU. Yes.
Kwanza, all
Yeah.
Linus's builds are mostly Intel.
Yeah, yeah, man. They're mostly Intel. And I believe, yeah,
Mostly.
it's intentional. It's intentional.
AMD
So I
needs
think
to
AMD
step
need to
up
step up.
their
Yeah,
marketing
because
department.
I'll tell you this, and I think maybe, I don't know if you can relate, but a big part of the reason I never went for an AMD system at the time I was building my current system is
Mm-hmm.
because I felt like the fact that maybe their CPUs are not used a lot in builds, they are not recommended. At the time, it was the first generation Ryzen. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't feel like they had confidence in the products. I felt like maybe they're not being used because there's a reason. If all I'm seeing is Intel CPUs and all these other one, I don't want to take a fucking risk. So I
Yeah,
think
but
there's value in that.
and I mean, most
Mm.
people outside don't even know AMD by the. You mention AMD, they're like, huh? AMD.
Huh?
Yeah, most people
What?
actually do know Intel. So, but I
Mm.
think the AMD might catch up. The one thing that I've seen that is very nice from this AMD, especially the laptop AMD processors, is the Vega, not the Vega, but the integrated graphics. See, even the Steam
Hmm.
Deck itself is running an AMD. Man, that's
Yeah, it is.
insane.
It is.
Like you can actually
It
game
is. It is.
on an APU.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
Dude, that's crazy. They need to, cause you see, the reason why I'm excited for that is, if at least most more people can buy a laptop that can game and give you like good frame rates on a game like Apex, and you don't need a graphics card. You see, that will be an entry. That's just lowering the barrier to entry in terms of gaming, right? Because most people don't know about CPU. I mean, PC gaming, cause it's expensive. So most people tend to know consoles. So if at least like you can buy, I can point you and say just buy Kwanzaa because you don't have the money for a GPU right now. Go buy this CPU that has this APU inside. It's going to game some small light games like Valorant, maybe Fortnite, maybe Apex or something. Cause hey, if that APU in the Steam Deck can run Doom, I sasa hebu imagine the APU in a CPU, in an actual like desktop CPU that is being cooled
Mm.
properly. So it's just
Mm.
it's really nice, man. And I think also even for Intel, like even though maybe their Arc GPUs are not as good, you see, at least they've like stepped into the GPU market. At least now they will have an understanding, and they can even offer better CPUs that can even offer. I mean, not can even, but better CPUs that can come bundled up with better APUs that can game
Yeah.
without like necessitating you to have a graphics card. So I don't know, but it's nice, man, that AMD is on top. Hopefully Intel can respond. We want this kind of competition. Again, I think it's also the same thing needs to happen in the GPU space, because I think
Mhm.
again Nvidia has been dominant for a long time, and it's not fun. It's really not fun right now to like Nvidia being on top. I mean, Jensen, I think his ego is already bloated. He needs someone to knock it
How
down a little
many?
bit.
Yeah, how many leather jackets are we going to buy that guy with overpriced GPUs? How many Jensen? How
Or
many
maybe
Jensen? Huh?
maybe he's wearing overpriced leather jackets. Never know.
Oh, damn. He's also being scalped by the people who sell him leather jackets.
I mean,
The
leather,
circle of life.
genuine leather is expensive, man.
Hmm? But I mean, what does he need to buy a new leather jacket? Only for one GPU to be sold.
Probably. I
Yeah,
think they've
man.
also been diving it so much into AI that they've forgotten their origins are gamers.
No, no, I don't. I don't believe that. I do not buy that for a minute.
Why?
I do not buy that.
They've
Hey,
been
dude,
pushing
Nvidia
machine
has
learning and stuff for
no
so. Mm.
because you have to be in everything when you're in tech. You just can't sleep on it. Either you gotta be like the person pushing it, you gotta guarantee its success. Nvidia is doing that. It's guaranteeing the success of AI, with be it automated driving, be it in research, the medical field. It's like they are placing themselves in places where there was no one else. Bro, that's like you gotta push that agenda every time you go at GTC, which Nvidia sponsors, and they actually sponsored it this year. No, sorry, SIGGRAPH. They sponsor SIGGRAPH and they
SIGGRAPH.
did not actually show
But
up.
this SIGGRAPH is usually
Yeah.
an event of what? Because me, I know that's where Autodesk reveal new softwares.
Yeah, it's like
Let
sort
me
of
check.
electronic showdown and something.
Me,
Yeah, even it's a bit
whenever
more
I hear
technical.
SIGGRAPH, I usually know it's something to do with Cinema 4D, Adobe. Let me see.
It's like
SIGGRAPH is the International Association for Computing Machinery Special Interest Group. Holy shit, that's a
yeah.
long ass name.
No, it's okay. I mean, now you get why you see some such things. But you gotta keep pushing it. You gotta guarantee your success. I don't think Nvidia. I mean, they are still releasing boss as GPUs. The driver support is there. You and I still get driver updates. Wait, do you get driver updates? I think you do.
Yeah,
As
still
do I. Yeah, man. I mean, they're still in it. They still like sponsor videos on YouTube. I see deals of Nvidia. There are still deals. They are still selling cards. You know, a big chunk of the money they make they are thinking of the future. That's why they are at the top of their game. And that's why they are like top 5 in the world. Are they? They might be.
Yeah,
These electronics
the
company.
most,
Yeah.
I think it's top 100, top 20 Apple. There's a couple of them.
Yeah, it's really, really high up there. And then you can imagine like eventually when, you know, we are using aspects of AI in our day-to-day, Nvidia will be there. And they will have so much more money. Jensen will never run short of leather jackets to bring us presentations about inflated graphics prices and all that good stuff. He will be rich forever. They'll be rich forever, man. It's so much money. It's ridiculous.
Is it the same leather jacket or is it nuance? It might be the same
I think he
one.
gets new one, man. No, I think he generally hasn't like a couple that look maybe the same. It's a style of his.
Or maybe
I
they're
can't imagine.
custom fitted for him because
Yeah.
it looks very fitted.
Yeah, and the fact that him and Lisa Su are related even makes this even more
What?
bonkers.
Really?
Yeah. I've
No,
told
you're
you this
kidding.
before.
No, you've not.
I am not even. I've told you this before, bro. Just look it up.
No,
Lisa Su and Jensen. I think someone is an uncle of someone. They are related, bro. Personal life. Su and her husband Dan. Cousin or niece and uncle. They are related.
Nvidia CEO is the uncle.
Yeah. Okay, technically, Lisa Su's grandfather is Jensen Hang's uncle. Fucking related, bro.
So, like minds.
Yeah, man.
Lisa Su!
It's
time to
like,
challenge your
yeah, it's like they must meet up. They must meet up once in a while for a family meeting, and Lisa brings Jensen some Ryzens, and then Jensen gives her some, I don't know, Quadros
RTX
or RTX.
Quadros or whatever.
Yeah, but they are at the top of their field. Do you follow any of the Nvidia channels for AI and stuff?
I've watched a couple, but
Yeah,
there
man.
was one
Nvidia is really...
there was one talking about working on the cloud with assets and stuff for like Maya and all these other, but I never followed up on it as much. But I think game devs or people who like work in the 3D stuff might have followed up on them. But yeah.
Yeah, man. Someone has to. Someone has to take those risks.
Anyway, yeah, AMD is back on top. I think we've come to the end of the show. It's crazy. It's crazy times. A good time. Not even crazy times. A good time to buy PC parts. I think, again, I would say still wait a little bit. They're still going to drop. As you can see right now, I'm looking at an RTX 3070 for $521. So, yeah, they're going to continue dropping and dropping and dropping. So, just wait. Just wait. As you can see, 3080s for like $999. Those are 3090 for like 1,000 and 1148. So, and there's just, they're coming basically, boys. The flood is coming. The GPU flood is coming. So, just save. Continue saving up. this will be the right time to buy.
We wait. Now we wait.
Yeah, let's just wait. Hopefully, these miners have learned their lesson. Hopefully, crypto crackdown can continue. It's profitable, I get, but it's affecting gaming, and I don't know. Like, make it. I don't know. Just find another way around it, where people can earn money, but also it doesn't necessitate them scalping and hoarding stuff that is being used by other people. So, those are my closing thoughts. I don't know, Slutty, what do you want to close on?
Again, too, the same spirit. Wait for the maybe competition to be better. In terms of buying GPUs, the prices are going down. There's no reason to think they'll go up anytime soon, especially with new GPUs on the horizon and the news of incoming stock, especially the used one. So just maybe wait, save up more monies, and you'll be better for it. You'll get more value for it, even on CPUs. But if you really have been waiting for one, there's no time like the present, man. If you've been saving that $800, $300, whatever it is, just buy a GPU and play games and have fun. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about the games. So I think
It's not
even
about
what
the
is there currently,
GPUs.
man, they play video games so well. You'll have so much fun. You really will. So yeah, if you've been holding out for so long for them to finally calm down, this is the time. Just go ahead and buy. If you're thinking of a new build, maybe you're planning it out, get as much money as you can. And I think even before the year ends, you can have a very, very good system and, something that can actually do work and play video games at the same time. So yeah, I think what I had in mind is basically what you said.
Okay, so yeah, remember this show is converted to a podcast, so make sure you tune into the podcast platforms, follow us. If you enjoy the show, like and subscribe, share the links with other people. And join my Discord, follow me on Instagram. Also, tune into my other YouTube channels. I do stream video games once in a while. And I should see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
It's good.